welcome to another episode of What the heck, dude? It's not even plugged in. Hello? Today's episode and discussion is brought to you by Stacked. Stacked is a new social video platform where communities can watch, react, and comment on videos together.
We're really excited to be partnering with Stacked again, and we've actually already uploaded some of our newer content,
some of our old favorites,
and even some of our Patreon exclusives for you to watch and react to together.
If you still don't know what Stacked is, think of it like a watch-along or a watch party. It's so cool seeing everyone's comments on videos in real time. And shout out to everyone from the community who's already gone over to Stacked and commented on some of our videos. We've been reading every single one. I'm telling you, Stacked is such a unique and fun way to watch videos that adds to the overall community experience.
So if you haven't already, make sure to join and check it out for yourself.
Did we mention it's completely free to sign up to? All you gotta do is click the link in the description below and use code VOLUME1 to sign up.
Like Josh said, you don't gotta be stacked to get stacked. All you gotta do is click the link below to find out more.
Huge shout out to Stacked. We're super excited about this episode, so let's just get right into it. Is it ever too late to bring a series back? And when should a series stay dead? Today we're going to be talking about the return of Kimi ni Todoke, as well as the return of a few more series. We're also going to be talking about Hayao Miyazaki's new movie, The Boy and the Heron, not Heron. And at the very end of the episode, we're going to be taking calls on the Anime Love Line.
My love for this person runs deep, deeper than I anticipated, and it's like running through my veins.
First, let's talk about Kimi ni Todoke, the return.
Whoa, the crowd goes wild. When I saw this on the web, the World Wide Web, I went feral. I went absolutely feral. I was ripping up pillows. I was screaming. I was throwing bottles at the wall. Like, this is a big deal. And it's a big deal for, I mean, just everyone. I mean, the shoujo community in general, like, this was a win. And I never thought it was going to happen. It's been 13 years since season 2. It did get 2 seasons, but it was never adapted fully. I think the manga ended around 2018, if I'm correct. But now we're getting it. We're getting it back.
Yeah, I know Kimi ni Todoke is a classic, but I've never seen it. Well, actually, you showed me
one episode.
You showed me the first episode, and I like slice of life romance, which I believe is how you would classify Kimi ni Todoke, right?
It's one of the best. It's like a staple of like romance, like slice of life, and it has a really good story, really good characters. And yeah, it's a staple. It's a staple.
I know it's a staple. I know you gotta watch it, especially if you're a fan of that genre, which I am. But for whatever reason, it's a hard sell for me to get into a slice of life romance. Like, I have to be like hooked right away, because sometimes they do kind of, or they can, I guess, feel samey. Not saying that it did, but it was just
growling, foaming at the mouth.
And I'm a sucker, dude. I mean, when they announced that they're going to be bringing something back,
something in you arises.
Something in me arises, and I need to go back, and I need to.
You're like a completionist. That's why I think.
Well, and I just get excited about new things.
Well, that's the reason. I mean, like, this is so cool, right? And that's like a good reason why this is so great, is because, like, if there's one person like you, like, that you see announcements that, it's getting another season, it adds a level of excitement for new people who've never seen it or watched it. I mean, I was reading so many threads just saying, oh wow, I might start this now, and that's so exciting because it's a great series. And but for Fruits Basket, I don't think you ever would have watched Fruits Basket if it didn't come back in 2019.
I'm sorry, dude, but that art style, not a chance.
Well, I was in the trenches, and I wouldn't even call it trenches because it's still an amazing series. The OG anime, it has its flaws, but it's very nostalgic for me. I'm sure there's a huge community of people that was the Fruits Basket they knew and loved. Yeah. And then out of the blue, we get an announcement, 2019, baby.
I know.
It's coming back. I was shocked off. I was gunked. The original cast, same thing for Kimi ni Todoke. The original cast is coming back. And it's just like they're answering our prayers. Like, we're on our hands and knees. Like, please. And
Yeah.
they just like, here you go. Here's a full adaptation, a reanimation of Fruits Basket. Like, I never thought I'd see the day.
Well, that's like the difference between Fruits Basket and Kimi no Todoke, which is kind of like the question we're asking today, is with Fruits Basket, they went all the way back and they started from episode
From the
1.
beginning.
Yeah, and with Kimi no Todoke, and even with Black Butler, which recently got announced to be getting a new season as well.
What am I living? I feel like a little girl in a candy shop. This is like my childhood being brought back to me, and it feels pleasant. I feel like a queen.
Yeah, you're like me if they announce like a Zatch Bell, because they never finished Zatch Bell, dude.
I know.
I'm just saying. But if they
any-
announced that was coming back, I'd be in the streets.
anything,
I'd be naked in the streets right
anything is possible now.
Yeah.
I mean, we're seeing like so much hype for older series. Like, you know, the boom of like Nana. I think like TikTok just completely blew Nana up in a great way, because now, I mean, audience reception, I hopefully we get to see something. A reanimation would be amazing, but the anime still like really holds up, but it was never finished. And
It was never finished, and it left on like a bit of a cliffhanger. It had its own sort of ending that I think is satisfying enough. It didn't leave on like a major cliffhanger.
yeah.
But yeah, I guess that's why I wanted to talk about this with you today, because I'm just curious personally, when is it too long for them to just kind of like jump into a new season, versus like if it's been a long enough period of time, is it worth them going all the way back and starting again from episode 1?
I think that Kimi ni Todoke, I mean, Fruits Basket, I forget the year it came out, but that animation was pretty rough.
That's
I
true.
mean, it was pretty rough, and I think that they just needed to do that if they're gonna reanimate. It would have been so jarring to see these characters completely like picked up from where the first season of the anime left off in that art style going into the new. So I think they just had to retransition into the new animation, which is like beautiful, amazing, lovely. And I think that with Kimi ni Todoke, the animation really does still hold up. It could be something that is in this season.
From the first episode, yeah, it looked pretty good still.
Yeah.
Like, really good.
Yeah, it's good. And you know, we have like a live action, I think that was announced maybe like last year or this year. And I think there's been multiple, but it's just crazy that this series is like just being like given new life, especially with the live action. And I think that with the show, I don't think it was too long. I mean, it's like 13 years is kind of a long time, but the fans will be happy with anything we're eating, you know?
Yeah.
Like, we're gonna be happy if you give us a full adaptation. Like, that's just how it is. That's just the way it goes.
13 years is crazy, but I think you kind of said it, right? What it comes down to is how quote unquote bad the animation is or was. And in the case of Fruits Basket, I mean, it was very faithful to the original art style, and you know,
with slight changes,
with some slight changes and stuff.
But it still held like the art style and like the show.
No, I'm talking about the original.
Oh, the original. Yeah, that held it way. Yeah, it was much more similar.
Yeah,
much
and
more
so
similar.
I think that warranted starting all over again, because the style changing
was drastic.
in the middle of the series would have been so jarring.
Yeah,
so jarring. And I'm not the only one that is like slightly put off by the art style, you know. And it's no shade. I mean, art is subjective. Art is beautiful, but I don't know why, man. Like that OG art style.
I'm telling you, you just had to be there. You can't look me in the face and tell me like when you were younger, you know, you were like holding animation to such a high standard.
Oh,
like
for sure. Yeah.
Whatever you got, it was a cute girl with characters. I don't want to spoil it if you haven't seen it, but you know what I'm talking about.
Yeah.
I was flabbergasted. Like, it was my favorite show. It was like one of the introductions to like my love for anime was Fruits Basket, and it was that version. Because I was a kid and this was like amazing, and I was floored. But now we've come so far with animation too, specifically with like shoujo series. So it was just like, wow, this is a treat.
Yeah.
And I think that it was a treat for a lot of people.
What do you classify Black Butler as?
I don't think it's a shoujo manga or anime.
Yeah, because with Black Butler, it's different. They're bringing it back, but they're also readapting it or animating it closer to the source material in terms of like the plot.
Yeah, with Black Butler, it was really interesting because, again, like watching it as a kid, I had no idea what was going on when it came to like how faithful it was with the manga, because I was anime only for such a long time. I wasn't really like looking at like the similarities or the comparisons to the manga, but apparently there's a lot of changes and a lot of non-canon. Like there's a whole season that's just non-canon, and the first season there's a lot of non-canon stuff, so that's like kind of crazy. They took a lot of liberties with that anime, so I think that when it comes to season 1, season 2 is not canon, but the movies are canon. And the new season, I do believe, is going to follow the manga like pretty like religiously, which is exciting because there is some crazy stuff that happens in the manga that is revealed that I didn't even really know about. And I'm so excited to see it adapted. And there are like, again, that's what's crazy with the art style, right? There's a lot of discourse about like Sebastian. I don't know if you guys have seen it. If you've seen Black Butler, like this is another question. If you've seen Black Butler and the new trailer for the new anime adaptation, like what do you think about the changes that they've made to Sebastian? Because it's pretty half and half what I've been reading online. Yeah. Because he does look different. And that's what's crazy is because, like, back in the day...
A story true to you, too. Even talking to your brother about it. Your brother was like, I don't like something about the way Sebastian looks. Like, I don't know.
Like it's kind of crazy because that's an even older... I mean, Black Butler, like, it does still hold up. But that is, you know, it was done a long time ago. So for them to be bringing it back, you know, and for people to not really necessarily be happy with Sebastian looking the way he does... It's just kind of crazy that you can mess up a new adaptation sometimes, even if it does look like quote unquote better, you know? And I think that with Fruits Basket, I'm not going to lie. When I first saw it, I was like, oh my God, they look so good. But a part of me was like Toru doesn't have blue eyes. Like
Toru doesn't have eyes that take up half of her face. I'm sad.
I was sad. But
it's interesting.
You have to let go. You have to let go. You have to embrace the new. And I think with Kimi
I don't have the same connection, but I think Black Butler looks fantastic, and that's what made me want to go back and rewatch canon episodes so I could be caught up in the movies and stuff. Which again is another interesting point because I don't know any other, and I think maybe it's the time. Like you said, when you were a kid and you were watching anime, did you care about animation?
As much.
Yeah, the answer is like not really, not as much as I do now. Same thing can be said for when I was a kid. I didn't really know what was canon and what was not canon, so I didn't really care.
Exactly. Filler was like not even in my brain. I didn't register it as like a filler episode. I think it was different with you because you were watching Naruto like in real time, so you felt that filler like hard.
But there was a couple episodes before I really started to realize like, no, not we're good, but like, damn, this is quality's kind of dropping off. I'm watching Bleach, and then it's the bout arc with the vampires and shit. I'm like, it's kind of weird, dude. What the hell? And then it goes on for so long, and you're just and I don't know. It just like there's
you just have to accept it,
bro. As a kid. They don't put anything on the screen for you to be like, what you're about to see. I mean, because that would also take you out of it. What you're about to see is not from the original source material.
They wouldn't.
They would never do that.
You just have to be an OG to know.
You just gotta, like, because this is like something that I think I had to go through as a kid because the internet existed. I'm not that freaking old, but I don't know. It's just like people, like, anime wasn't like as popular, definitely. So people weren't, the information wasn't as like easily available.
No. I mean, like, and even I guess they were selling like manga, like you're reading Naruto and Bleach, but it's like it wasn't as easy. Except you couldn't go to just like Barnes and Noble and pick up every volume. You know,
Barnes and Noble had started to have some manga and stuff, but now like I feel like half the freaking store is manga.
No, it's taking over because I mean they just see the sales. It's insane. I mean. People are buying box sets from Barnes and Noble that are like over $100.
Oh yeah, and I think
they're just making so much money, which is just crazy. But again, like with the manga, like only people who had completed the full manga at that time would know that, oh yeah, when this is getting adapted, these aren't canon.
Mhm.
These are not correct. And like with Black Butler, people that already read the manga, and then, found out there's going to be an anime adaptation, I can only imagine they're like, wait,
Yeah.
this is not in the manga
Well,
at
that's what I'm saying.
all.
Like, that shit would not fly today with Twitter and with even YouTube and social media in general, TikTok.
I mean,
because
it's
with
still,
the Promised Neverland, bro, I was about to riot. Dude.
I think a lot of people were upset about that. But
maybe if that would have been released in a story that had been written long ago and released long ago, then enough people wouldn't have known and cared. And I don't know, it's just really interesting.
Yeah,
that literally like 90% of season 1 isn't canon, Black Butler, and all of season 2 is not canon.
Well,
but people love the show.
Yeah. Maybe maybe that's why they're bringing it back, because it is just so specific, right? With Kimi ni Todoke, I was super shocked that it was getting a season 3. I thought there's so many series that get 1 or 2 seasons, 1 season maybe, especially shoujo series. And people have to like really ramp it up in order to get a 2nd season, a 3rd season. So 13 years later, like that's amazing. And with Black Butler, I mean, I just never thought I'd see the day. I think we got the movies and everyone was content with that. And the manga readers, like, this is nice because it's like canon. But it coming back is just like, I never thought I'd see the day. And I think there's been a trend going on, especially Fruits Basket, like really, I think showed studios that, the fans will show up. The fans will wait. The fans will be there.
But will the fans show up because they're starting from episode 1 again?
No.
Okay.
I think you know how it is. People,
because it's not about the fans showing up as much as it is about like new fans showing up.
But it does the same thing. Kimi ni Todoke is already doing that, and I think Black Butler is going to do the same. People are going to go back, but that's the thing when it's not canon. I mean, I still had a good time watching it. There's so many things that I had no idea, like you said, that were not canon. But I still had a great time, and that was like a part of my childhood.
Yeah.
And yeah, I mean, it's just like the same, like the conversation with the like, when is it too late, or like when is it too much for another season of an anime, and when is it dead? Like we've had this conversation about like AOT and how the last seasons kind of felt for both of us.
Yeah, I mean, it's been an experience
rough.
for sure. It's been rough.
Yeah, and that's just like another conversation, I guess, because it's like, when are fans like literally like, oh, I don't really care that much anymore.
I do feel like a lot of fans, like, because of the release schedule, manga fans obviously have finished it and they know what happens, and maybe even a lot of anime fans like went and read the manga. I'm
sure,
but there are also like, I think fans like us who didn't go back and read the manga because they wanted to see it animated and have kind of like slowly started losing interest because of its release. I would have been equally as excited if they didn't release any of this stuff that they've released
and waited
till they had all of it and then release all of it at once. Like I'll wait. Animation, One Punch Man, all these shows that take years and years and years to animate.
I understand.
We're patient. Like, we understand that these people need a healthy, work schedule, and it takes time to animate these things. But yeah, it's just interesting. I think for me, it comes down to, because I was thinking a lot about this, the animation, right? With Fruits Basket, that's why they had to go back and do what they did.
Or chose to, yeah.
And chose to. And with Kimi ni Todoke, I feel like it's okay to pick back up, because it's like 3 separate examples. With Kimi ni Todoke, they're just like picking back up. With Black Butler, they're picking back up, but they're staying true to canon. It's almost like Black Butler Brotherhood, but not even, because Brotherhood went all the way back and started all over again.
Exactly. And I mean, I never watched the original Full Metal. I only watched Brotherhood. So,
I mean, that's the way to watch it, though.
Yeah, it's really good.
And to me, in my memory, Brotherhood, that's when people started, and I could be way off the mark. This is personal experience, because I wasn't really like super online at that time, because there wasn't really, it was just different. Like it was not the same internet today that it was then. But like, I feel like Brotherhood was the first series that really made people want to fight for canon in my mind, in my memory, in my mind, like in my experience. I remember like Brotherhood being a big deal because it was the first time that a studio had like gone back and said like, okay, you know what? We're going to go back, reanimate it, and we're going to stick to the source material.
Yeah.
And since then, like, Fruits Basket set a precedent for, like, shoujo being reanimated and redone. But I think, like, Brotherhood taking it even back further set that precedent for anime in general, but also, like, shonen anime and stuff like that. But yes, as long as the animation holds up, I don't think it's necessary. But
no, I mean, even we saw it with like Urusei Yatsura. Like, these are like series that are, you know, not new by any means. They're being taken and reanimated and giving just new life to this series. And with shows and TV shows, like, sometimes that upsets me when I just feel like it's like a cash grab and they're just trying to like cash in on these like IPs, these characters that everyone knows and loves, and whatever. But I just don't think, like, I don't know, I don't think it relies as heavily on, like, in anime, like, because of animation, because the strides and like leaps animation has come throughout the years, even the last 5, 10 years. It only makes sense that they'd go back and reanimate stuff because the technology is just so insane now. Versus like taking like, revamping a TV show with actors again. You know what I mean? Like, and it's different.
Yeah, and I think it's so important because, again, playing to the strength of animation, you have these actors, these voice actors that are coming back to reprise their roles. And because they're not like on camera, you don't notice that age difference. It doesn't feel like all that much time has passed because even with Fruits Basket,
I mean, they're stuck in time.
The
characters are stuck in time.
And that's so cool to see. And I assume, I don't know much about the Black Butler, the new season of that, but I assume a lot of the original VAs are going to be coming back for that too. I mean, Sebastian has to come back. I mean, I know the dub is kind of like almost more iconic, but I don't know.
Yeah, the dub for me. It's the dub for me all day. So like that was, I think, well, Fruits Basket I watched dub, and Black Butler I watched dub. Kimi Todoke I watched subbed. So I'm excited for the old cast to come back. And yeah, I don't know. I'm just so excited.
Yeah. And as far as like, man, I hate to say this, but like, when does a series stay dead? I think it's when you risk tarnishing the legacy of a show, no matter like how bad the animation might have been. If it was a thing that people loved and you're going to go back and reanimate it just for the sake of money, for it to be some sort of cash grab, that's when something should obviously stay dead. And I guess another reason is obviously with a series like, and this pains me so much to say, but Zatch Bell, they animated so much of it. So,
there'd just be no way for them to like redo it.
I don't even know if they were doing seasons necessarily, but they got hundreds and hundreds of episodes in before they stopped. So, I mean, essentially, if they wanted to pick right back up, they'd have to pick back up on like episode. This is a random number, but like around episode like 300 or something, 200.
Well, do you think that it would be a situation which kind of sucks if they didn't pick back up where they left off, but instead animated the new manga?
See, that's an interesting point because they have that opportunity now. But like,
would people be? I mean, it would be a
people
thing.
Be lost.
People be lost. It would. I don't think I've ever seen an anime like from a sequel. Like, I think Soul Eater Not is an anime that was adapted, and it's like a spin-off of it's in the Soul Eater universe with different
that's what
Meisters and stuff. Yeah.
And Vigilantes, I think Vigilantes is getting an anime too.
Yeah. But again, like, it's like a sequel, like you'd have to know, you'd have to have read, you have to be reading it. And even if you are reading it, that's not the first thing of Zatch Bell that you're reading, because it wouldn't make any sense.
Yeah, I imagine like you could go into Boruto without reading Naruto, but you would be like really lost.
Exactly.
I don't even know if you'd be like really lost so much as like a lot of things wouldn't hold the same emotional weight.
No.
As they would if you had read it. But the other thing with Zatch Bell too is, let's say they do go back and start, and this is just like the fanboy in me like dreaming. If they do go back and reanimate it all over again from episode 1, are they going to finish it? So, so that's my question to you with Kimi Todoke. Like, are you just happy and excited to be getting a new season with Black Butler? Are the Black Butler fans, you included, excited to get a new season? Or are you hoping, I mean, obviously you're hoping that they complete it, but like, what if they just get this new season and they're like, okay, well, it's gone again?
I think, I'm not sure where the season 2 of Kimi ni Todoke leaves off in the manga, but I think that season 3 is going to complete it.
Oh, okay.
I could be wrong. Let me know if I'm wrong. I'm just guessing because it didn't end that long ago. I think it ended in like 2018, maybe, I think. So I don't know how many like more chapters it has to go.
Okay.
And with Black Butler, I think the same. Black Butler's kind of long.
Black Butler's long as hell, dude. It takes up like 3 shelves at Barnes & Noble. It goes all the way down.
Yeah, it's long. But yeah, I'm not sure. But I mean, you would hope. I mean, it wouldn't really make any sense, and maybe they're just like putting their feet in the water again and seeing if anyone bites.
And I know that matters, like money and performance matters,
of
but
course.
like, dude, that would feel like such a tease to be like, okay, yeah, here's one season of Black Butler reanimated in 2023 animation quality.
Yeah. Well,
and then for it to go away.
Well, that's what I thought. That's what I thought about Fruits Basket. I thought they were just going to animate the entire first season and then just go like, okay, that's all we got. And I did not expect them to go full and do a full adaptation at all. Because even me, because I was an anime watcher, there were things that were being revealed that I was like, whoa, this has been in the manga the whole time.
Yeah.
Like, this is crazy. Like, seeing, like Kyo and Toru and seeing that completed, seeing that story told, like, it really, like, it like completed something in me. Like,
yeah,
I don't know. I felt like a piece of me was just not there. And then that last season
episode slid right into the hole in your in your soul.
What the fuck?
The hole in your soul is slid right in.
Okay.
Because you had a hole in your soul, in your heart. Come on now. It's beautiful. It's beautiful. It's a beautiful thing. But I get what you're saying. I mean, I can't imagine if you had that done to you twice. Can you imagine? Fool me once, but do that to me twice? Hell no.
We'll see. Let me know if you have any more information on it. But I'm just like living. This is like my childhood all over again. I feel like I'm in my computer room, looking up parts of anime on YouTube. Like Kimi ni Todoke Part 3, Spanish version, but like it's in like English. It's hard to explain.
Right. It really was a whole thing.
It was a whole thing, and then sometimes the episode you'd have to like go to another page because that one didn't upload all of them, and it was like a hunt, bitch. And that's how I was watching it. And I mean, I pay for anime now, but I just back in the day it was rough. It was rough.
Back in the day, especially like going back a little farther, not that much farther.
I mean,
right.
10 years.
I didn't have the option to pay. There was no place for me to pay for anime.
Unless, I mean, I don't even think Amazon was not around, so you couldn't like get Blu-rays or anything. You'd have to like know someone who knew someone who had a Blu-ray of an anime.
But they didn't even have Blu-rays back then.
Translated.
Period.
When
I was a kid, they did not have Blu-rays. They did not have Blu-rays. It was DVDs.
Okay, well, I was in a transition of DVDs going into
DVDs
Blu-rays.
were new. DVDs were new. For real. They were the hot new tech.
Oh.
So I would go on eBay. This was right around the time eBay first started coming around.
eBay.
But even then, they weren't officially subbed, so the subs would be awful. Awful.
Like text to speech generated, like really, really rough.
So yeah, I mean, there was no way for me to buy and officially like legally support this thing, which is why I think for some people like me, I buy my anime now. I support Crunchyroll, even though it gives me problems, and just I support the studios and the publishers more so than I guess like Crunchyroll. Oh. But I support Crunchyroll too. Anyway, point is, yeah, I mean, I think that's why it might be harder for some people like me because there is an adjustment period. Like, you've been getting this thing for your whole life because you couldn't buy it, and now you can buy it, and it's just like that.
No, for
curve.
sure. It's a completely different world for anime and manga readers now. Like now, like in this day and age. And it's like, I mean, it's amazing. It's so easily accessible.
Which, when we were like putting this episode together, I think that would be, we talked about it a little bit here and now, but I think that would be such a fun episode where we kind of just talk about in more detail, like how it's really changed, like how available it is now. And even like I said, the part of the community that would care so much now if something was veering from the source material versus like back then when we were just kind of like consuming whatever we could consume.
I mean, there's small pockets of people that were probably upset on forums and MySpace and stuff, but I think now the internet is so massive that we just see it more than we used to because we weren't in those pockets of the internet. Because now that it's just like Twitter is just like the biggest monster ever.
Yeah.
Scary place. But yeah, that would be fun. We talked about it briefly, but even like we talked about conventions too, as well. But
that could all kind of go into that conversation, which I think would be a fun episode.
Yeah.
Let us know if you want to hear us talk about that. We'd be very excited to talk about it and would have a lot to talk about. But I also want to say, too, I guess my personal closing thought would be in terms of the Kimi ni Todoke return, Black Butler return, you know, I guess I want to ask people, because 13 years is a long time. I saw the first episode. I do think the animation holds up. But I was always kind of like weird. I know that there are other people like this, but I'm very particular about, you know, art style and things like that. Like, for example, when I used to read comic books would always do this thing that would piss me off where they'd put like this beautiful like Alex Ross art or this beautiful like, you know, Jim Lee art, you know, Mark Hamill.
Mark Campbell.
Oh, I think you said Mark Hamill. On the
he's
cover.
talented, but I don't know if he could do comic books.
I mean, he could do
he
anything.
does anything, really.
He could do anything. And then you open it up and it's no shade to the artist doing the work in the actual comic, but it just was so different. The style was so different. I don't know. I that always bothered me because I would pick it up and then I would open it up and it's like the art wouldn't even look this like off to me personally if it was the same art that was on the cover and made me want to pick it up in the first place. Anyway, I'm very particular about it. So for me, I don't think with Kimi ni Todoke I'm going to be bothered to go back and watch like the first and second season, but I wonder if that would affect anybody. If there are people, because there are who are going to say like, you know what, I just want to be a part of the conversation. Maybe I'm just going to watch season 3, even though I haven't seen season 1 and season 2, which would be crazy.
Yeah.
But yeah, I don't know. For me, I do think it has to do all with the animation. I'm going to go back and watch it. Same with Black Butler. I'm just watching the canon episodes because I want to experience with everybody these new seasons. And I think that these new adaptations are a great way to get new people into these shows. And I think it's a case by case basis. And I don't think 13 years is too long. I think people are just as excited, if not more excited than ever now about the return of these things because of things like the internet and social media that are connecting fans who thought they were in these like super niche fan bases are now realizing like how many people love that thing too, you know? But anyway, what about you? I mean, obviously you're super excited.
Yeah. I mean, I'm just happy that it's like getting the attention it deserves. There's so many series that I think would benefit from like a readaptation or another season. But you know, it's just the nature of the beast, what's popular or what sells. But I think that you know, recently I've been seeing more and more wins for like older fans of series, which is like really nice. And yeah, I'm just happy to get to be getting the old stuff back. I really do. I mean, I know half the community. It feels like we're like, grandparents telling our children about this.
Well, it's crazy because
or like our grandkids about like, Kimi need to. They're like, what, grandma? And it's like, you have to watch it. They're like, oh, new season coming out. Shoot, I'll watch it. And then that's what it feels like.
I mean, even with what I can speak to personally is Bleach. Bleach was also one of those series that was hundreds and hundreds of episodes in, and then they decided to animate this last arc that they never got to do before, and the fans are there. I mean, we're there, and it is a dream come true. So what your level of excitement and what you're feeling is what I was feeling, because I would have never imagined in a million years that I would have gotten to see that. And I think the reason that we focused on so many other series is because shonen does seem to have like a louder on social media, even larger sort of like fan base. But I think there is like this shoujo is coming up, and I think that there's no reason it shouldn't be on anybody's radar. Like, these stories are fantastic, amazing, beautiful stories. And I know that, again, in the anime community, there's just this thing that, for whatever reason, like, can sometimes divide people. Like, shoujo's for girls, shonen's for boys, which by definition, I understand what it is. But at the same time, like, you can watch comedies, you can watch dramas, you can watch documentaries, you can watch superhero movies. You know what I mean? Like, it's the same shit. But I think, I just wanted to focus this conversation on some of those other series, more similar, I think, to Kimi ni Todoke. But is there anything else you want to say about its return or Black Butler or anything that you didn't get to mention?
We eating, everybody. We're eating. Yay!
Hell yeah, dude. And I hate that too, man. I hate that. I hate that. There are people that might just discredit a series because they think it's, I don't know, not cool enough, or not, like, I don't know.
I mean, I used to be on the opposite end of that spectrum.
That's true. So
things change.
Things do change. Tastes evolve and people grow up. And that's what it is. So I'm super excited. I want to see, more series like this come back and succeed and do well. Both shonen and shoujo, because these are just great stories, and isekai has too many. Nana, Zach.
Bro, tell me why I like this. There's like always like 5 isekais each season.
I know, dude. Stop.
It's like a boom.
Stop. I don't want to see it. It's not even funny anymore. There was a point where it was funny when we were like, can you believe it? I reincarnated as a vending machine. That's funny. Not anymore. Oh, reincarnated as a pregnant mom. Not funny anymore.
It's enough. We've had enough.
You guys are fucking gone. It's over. You're like, these are people working on this show. I got reincarnated as a vending machine when they give me working on
got reincarnated as my girlfriend's panties.
Come on, dude. Come on.
I got reincarnated as my grandma's toilet brush. You know, it's like the most like.
We get it.
Dude.
We get it.
We get it, We understand the concept,
And if that show is actually good, I'm sorry. But
the panties one?
The vending machine one.
Oh.
It looks kind of cute. So it looks like a vending machine with eyes on it.
Yeah, I saw that too. Yeah.
Yeah, it looks kind of cute. But it's enough. Anyway, that's our main story, our main topic, our main question that we're asking. But I also really quickly, this is going to be a much shorter conversation.
Yes.
But I very quickly wanted to mention Hayao Miyazaki's new movie, The Boy and the Heron. God, it's so hard for me to say.
Why is it that difficult?
I've only ever heard heron. The word heron. People say heron all the time. No one says heron. I've heard heron more in my life and in actual conversation than heron.
I think it's like a part of like Japanese folklore.
You're probably right.
That they're talking about. So I think it's like a specific, like, it's like a type of bird or something.
No, you're absolutely right.
So for you to like get upset, like this upset because like you pronounce it a certain way for all of your life.
Yeah.
It's kind of interesting.
I do want to pull up the. Sorry, I am terrible at multitasking. I apologize.
Okay.
I know that I feel like you were roasting me and it was a dig.
I was, but you just weren't
But that's the best
paying
sort of,
attention.
Yeah, that's the best sort of like
deflection.
Defense.
Yeah.
Is to not listen.
Yeah. Don't listen to the haters.
I was trying to roast you. I was trying to talk
roast
shit about you, but you weren't listening. That's crazy, dude. Okay, so The Boy and the Heron. Mahito, this is the synopsis for it, right? A young 12-year-old boy struggles to settle in a new town after his mother's death. However, when talking herons inform Mahito that his mother is still alive, he enters an abandoned tower in search of her, which takes him to another world. This feels like a true to form Miyazaki, and looks like a return to form Miyazaki movie. Not to say that
he's been lacking.
Not to say that at all. He's just, I think it was, and I don't off the top of my head know all of his movies by heart, but the last movie was Where the Wind Rises.
That was his last movie.
Yeah.
So I think there was another Studio Ghibli movie that came out, but I don't think he was like that involved with. But that was his his last.
This man has retired 20 times, dude.
Yeah, it's like a comeback. It's always like a comeback tour. Tour.
Yeah. That's how you say that. That is how you say that.
Comeback tour.
But yeah, I not to say again that I didn't see that movie Where the Wind Rises or whatever. Not that I only go to Miyazaki for those like fantasy movies similar to like a Spirited Away or a House Moving Castle, but I don't know.
I mean, I like those types of movies that he does. I mean, like Castle in the Sky, like that's where I think, I don't know. I mean, there's like so many of those like fantastical, magical worlds that he's able to build that I enjoy. And I know that there's some more set in like reality, but personally, I do enjoy those like movies more. Than something like A Wind Rises or I forget the other one with like the couple, but yeah.
I just guess I want him as a creator to be able to tell whatever kind of story he wants to tell.
Does.
And he does. And I feel like that's what he was doing with that movie, and I didn't see it. I didn't watch it. And I, fake fan.
You are a fake fan, yeah. You're just like not supporting.
I can say I support him, but is my butt in the seat? Is your heart in the butt? Is my heart in the butt, and is my money going towards a ticket? Two different things. Can I walk the walk? Can I watch the movie? Yeah. So anyway, my point is, I am extremely excited. They're marketing it again, or people have been talking about it. I don't know if it's directly included in the marketing, but people are talking about, no, for real. This is his last movie. He's coming out of retirement again because this is a story he needs to tell. And what a PR move, every single time to say, okay, he's coming out of, he wouldn't come out of retirement three times unless he really had something to say.
No, but yeah, I thought that was like for sure. And then I read like, oh no, he's in like the studio today. Like he came to work today. Yeah. And I was like, oh my gosh.
But after seeing the trailer, I'm extremely excited because first of all, the sequence that the trailer opens on is stunning, jaw-dropping, beautiful. And the actual trailer itself, everything is animated so incredibly well, but it's like I said, it feels like a return to form in a way because it feels like a Spirited Away. It feels like a House Moving Castle. It feels like these classics that he's known for. And you had mentioned hearing some discourse online from people about why this could potentially really, really, really be his last movie, and it's because of a lot of the themes that seem to be a part of the story as well.
Yeah, I think it's the themes are about like kind of like a death.
Yes.
And kind of accepting that. But I mean, again, it's like we hear two different sides.
Yeah, his mom did too much heron and
Jesus
died.
Christ.
That's why it's called The Boy and the Heron. That's why it's called The Boy and the Mom that did too much heron. That's why the movie is called that. Sorry, go ahead. I'm sorry. I'm sorry, okay?
I lost my train of thought.
I'm sorry.
I was thinking about the heron.
Whoa, dude. That's a slippery slope. Anyway, you're saying that the themes have to do with like losing someone and accepting that. And so that's why he could potentially be.
But he's not. So
This
conversation doesn't fucking matter. Like, that's what's crazy. Like, I hear this and it's like, oh, wow, that'd actually be a good wrap up. But like, it's fine. And again, no one's complaining.
Nah,
like,
dude,
everyone wants him to continue to make films. If he doesn't want to do that, that's completely fine. If he does, great. If he doesn't, fine.
And I actually want the writer and the director, he's someone that feels like someone who cannot retire. Like maybe he like wanted to, and maybe his family wanted him to, but he just seems like someone who is in his blood, and he thought by just saying it and doing it that it would stick, but he got the itch. He was at home and he got the itch. And he had to come out of retirement. I want a storyteller like that who can't not tell stories.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Sure.
No, I'm being for real. I'm being real. Because that's me, dude. That's me.
That's you. You're Hayao Miyazaki.
No, not.
That's
no.
me. He's literally me.
No, that's not what I'm saying. I can see how you could think that, but that's not what I'm saying by any means. I'm just saying that, like, even if, videos that we make don't get significant views, or even if, sometimes some are hits, some are, stop. Like the video. Like it right now. Like it right now. Please. Some are hits, some are misses is my point. But no matter what, like, if enough time goes by without creating or flexing that creative muscle,
you get sad.
For me, I get a little depressed.
You get sad.
Yeah, I get a little sad.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
That was like, I think that was like similar, like when I stopped, when I took a break from like watching anime for a little bit, because just like life, and I was doing other things and losing myself. I was kidding.
Yeah.
I felt that pull, I guess. And then when I went back into it, it was just like return to form. Like, wow, this is really nice. I forgot how happy this made me.
Mm-hmm.
And yeah.
Yeah. Anyway, as far as the movie goes, I'm extremely excited. December 8th. So it's almost like an early, or actually a late, birthday present for me. My birthday is December 2nd.
Yeah, let us know if you guys are excited about it, what you guys think, if you've seen the trailer, what other Miyazaki movies that, like, because I've heard that it is a culmination of all of his movies, like, put into one.
It does feel like that from the trailer.
So that's why I'm excited to see it, because I do like that mixture. But favorite of all time.
Yeah, what other Miyazaki movies have you seen, what your favorites are, and what you think of the trailer?
Yeah.
Because I know that I have to go see this in theaters. I have to.
Oh, yeah, for sure.
I have to.
Mm-hmm.
Which brings us into our final segment of today's episode, the Anime Love Line. What is the Anime Love Line, you might be asking? It is a game that me and Mehgan are going to be playing where we each take turns calling in as an anime character for advice on our love life. The other person has to give genuine advice while trying to uncover which anime character they are.
I feel like I'm going to be really good at guessing who you are.
Yeah, mine's easy.
It's really?
Yeah,
mine's kind of easy too.
But,
But again, we're probably not going to give too many spoilers, but maybe like a spoiler warning.
Just in case.
general.
And we'll, since this is pre-recorded, we'll be able to like put what series it'll be.
Yeah,
we
because
can't do
I
that
won't be
yet.
able to see it. Yeah,
Yeah,
we
because
won't.
then it'll give it away.
Yeah, but I'm excited.
And the loser will have to confess their love to a character that they have previously not been too fond of.
Oh.
Yeah, I think that's funnier.
Oh. I don't like that at all.
And then that'll live on the internet forever. That's a real consequence.
Then I'm excited to win.
you probably will. All right, you ready?
Yes.
Hello, thank you for calling Volume 1's Love Line. My name is Josh. How can I help you?
Hi, Josh. How are you today?
I'm pretty good.
I'm pretty sad today.
Oh, no.
I'm just having some problems, Josh.
You came to the right place.
some really massive problems, actually.
Okay, massive. I mean, nothing's too massive for old Joshy boy.
Yeah, it's just hard to have a love life.
Tell me about it. Are you also a content creator?
No, I would say I'm a content destroyer.
Whoa.
My job is pretty stressful, and I have to watch over a lot of people. And there's been this guy for a while. Pretty much like my whole life, I've known this person, and he just never really tends to reciprocate the same feelings I have for him.
Oh.
But lately it's been very complicated because I've found out some information, and the reason why I am so drawn to him. So I guess my question would be,
Okay.
how do I stop someone I love from doing something that would destroy the entire world? And how do I use my love to stop it?
Okay, wow. Oh, wow. You came to the right place. Even though they're doing something that is going to destroy the world, which is bad, not a good thing. They're not a bad person.
They might be a very bad person.
Why do you feel so much love and affection for someone who is a bad boy?
Well, I thought that it was because of an incident that happened when I was younger.
Childhood trauma.
Really bad childhood trauma. And I was kind of an outsider. And I thought that was the reason. But it ended up being a lot more sinister. And kind of in my DNA, my love for this person runs deeper than I anticipated. And it's running through my veins.
Let me guess. You have a childhood trauma that comes from a parent's death.
Yes.
Yeah. Sometimes, we can look for...
I think so.
Okay, well, we really have to figure that out.
I'm just so traumatized.
You might have blocked it out. But look, I'll say this. I'll say this. You can't let...
Yes, it was a death of...
Was it your mother or father? You gotta look in your heart to find the answer.
It was both of them.
Both of them. Wow. First of all, sorry for your loss.
Thank you.
Do not let your past define you. You lost your parents. That is something that is so incredibly difficult. And so, of course, you're latching on. Let me guess. You've known this person since around that time, since you were young.
Yes.
And what it seems like to me is that you've latched on to them because, you lost the only other people in your life that cared for you. So you put all of that and all of yourself into this relationship with this other person. Now, has this person ever reciprocated these feelings towards you?
No. Kind of in a way.
You are a strong, independent woman, okay? And you don't need this wishy-washy, will they, won't they? Anybody would be lucky to be with you. They've already destroyed a world, your heart, and I don't like that. You need to find somebody that loves you truly for who you are and will confess their love loudly at the top of a mountain. You got anybody like that in your life right now?
No. It's just kind of a situation where it's just kind of all of my friends now hate him. Except for one. That kind of is still holding out hope, but for the most part everyone is really disappointed in his actions lately. And it really is just difficult for me to navigate because I am having trouble saying no, and it's very difficult for me.
I get it. You want to be there for him the same way he was there for you, and it's this is a situation that everyone's had to deal with. Being with somebody, loving somebody that your friends don't like, that your family don't like. Well, I guess not your family because your family is dead, but even if they were around, they probably wouldn't care for what he's doing right now either. Think about that too. Think about how your dead parents, think about how they would feel if they saw their daughter, who they love very much, pursuing someone who is trying to destroy the world. And I think if these are really your friends, then you should trust their judgment as well. You need to move on. It is not your job to save the world. It is not your job to save him.
It is actually my job. That's like what our whole thing is about.
It is not your job to save him. It is your job to save the world. It is your job to save yourself from him. I mean, this is unacceptable. And I just, it breaks my heart that someone, and I can just get this sense from talking to you right now, and it's really an honor and a privilege to be, to be having this time with you. But that you are strong. You are strong. You are.
Thank you.
You are worth it. You are beautiful. And I think this man, this creature, if you will, this creature that he has become.
Oh. Okay.
I think you need to make peace with letting him go.
Okay.
I want you to say this. Goodbye, Aaron. I got it, huh?
Yay!
Thank you for calling.
You got it.
I got it, right? I got it.
You did.
That
How was it? Was I giving
no,
did you know right away?
I really thought at the beginning, for whatever reason, I thought you were Misato until you said like baked it to my DNA.
Oh yeah. But
I mean, that's when I got it. That's when I really knew for certain that it. But then I wanted to make sure.
Yeah, because there could only be like one.
But poor Mikasa, man.
Yeah, I know. She went through it. I just feel bad because like that reveal was just absolutely insane.
All right, you ready for the next call?
Yeah.
This one, you're gonna get mine.
Oh my gosh. Okay, so should I do it like you did it, where it's like at the end I reveal it, or whenever I know?
Sure.
Okay. Sure.
Yeah.
All right. Hello, this is Mehgan from the Volume 1 Hotline.
Oh.
Love line, if you will. If you won't, hotline. How can I help you?
Whoa.
This is my character talking, but hubba.
Wow. What's your name? Your name is
My name is Mehgan with the Love Line. How can I help you today?
Oh, wow. I just want to take in all the time I can talking to a beautiful girl like you. But anyway, I guess
so you have love, you need advice.
Are you here to help me, or are you?
I'm here to help you, but
you sound like you're just trying to get me off the phone. Like
no.
Anyway, so I do have a problem concerning my love life. I am in love with a woman.
Oh wow.
Who is older than me.
Older than you, okay.
Yeah, she's significantly older than me, actually.
Okay.
But I'm telling you, there's a connection. I'm telling you, she's into me. I know. I just never really had a girlfriend before. I've never really like done those kind of things. But trust me, I know that she's into me. But she's older than me. What should I like? What? Like, how should I pursue that?
So can you give me some examples of how you believe that she has been giving you signals that she's into you?
Oh yeah, dude. I mean, she just gets real close to me sometimes, and she just kind of like says things in my ear, and she says that she even tries to like reward me with the possibility of some stuff happening that I would like very much to happen. But yeah, she's something. I'll tell you.
Okay. Has she ever? I mean, what do you guys do on a daily basis? What's your relationship? You guys are just like friends right now?
Well, this is where it gets even a little more complicated, and maybe I should have also opened up with this too. But I know that they say don't eat where you shit. But she's also my boss.
Your boss.
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah.
Okay.
So we spend most of our days working together.
Yeah. Okay. Are you living alone? Are you living with parents?
Oh, yeah, right.
I'm just kind of concerned about the age gap. I just want to know because I can't.
I'm not gonna lie to you, ma'am. There's a significant age gap. I'm not gonna lie to you.
Okay, well it could be different if you're older. I want to be that clear because you have to be 18 or up to be calling on this love line.
Right.
Because I will have to hang up.
Oh,
if you're not.
That's crazy. Let me just pull out my driver's license and
Okay.
see.
Can you read off the number? And if you have your social with you as well,
Yeah.
that would be very helpful.
Okay. Yeah. See, I just looked up because sometimes I lose track of like years, birthdays.
Oh, okay.
I'm 16 years old, and she is significantly older. I could probably maybe look up my I could ask my coworkers in our work app how old she is.
Okay.
But I don't even really know, dude, because
Okay, so already off the bat.
oh, she's really up there. Well, let me just that can't be right. I mean, she's older than me. And I try to tell my roommates all the time too, because you asked me about where I live, and I try to tell my roommates too, like I'm not crazy. Like she's into me, and we all work at the same place. They work with me too, and so they know. Like they should know. They should get the vibe.
They see the signs.
They should see the signs, and they should get the vibe because like it's there. And I don't know what to do because I love her. I love her. I'm in love with her.
I know it sounds complicated. I'm gonna be honest with you. Okay. And it is complicated because she is older than you. She is also your boss. So I really don't see how this could work out. And I'm being completely honest and being brutal here. Okay.
That's why
I want you to hear. That's why you called. You did call an 18 and up hotline.
Oh yes,
so
I didn't know.
I'm gonna let it slide because I'm gonna be completely brutal with you right now. This is a woman, right? You are a 16-year-old boy.
That's I know how it sounds.
No, it sounds bad.
Yeah,
it sounds bad, and I think that I think that she wants really nothing to do with you. I think
I'm mature for my age, though. I'm mature.
Yeah, you sound it. I think that.
I mean, I've done stuff. I've touched the boob. I've done stuff. Okay, I'm not a kid.
Okay, if you still have teen in your age, then you are.
Right.
A kid. So that we're just speaking facts here. We're just speaking pure facts. I think that you've made this all up in your head. I think she is seeing a man. I do not think she has any interest in seeing you. To be honest, I think that it is a very weird relationship from what you've explained to me. And I think that you are kind of trying to manifest this relationship that is going to ultimately go nowhere. I think you should focus on maybe people your own age or even a little older. I mean, not significant age gap. There's no reason why you need to be talking to someone with a significant age gap. I think you are lonely. I think you are sad. I think that you don't have any friends. That's why you're latching onto this one relationship. I think you have mommy issues. Maybe that's why you're projecting onto this other person, this older lady at work, in the office, whatever. And I think that you need to take a step back. And I know you're young. I know you don't really have any perspective on that. I know you've been through a lot. You sound like it. You're kind of projecting this like confidence I don't think you really have. And I think that you need to sit down and, talk with your peers, because I'm sure your peers will be talking about, the girls in the class, not the, the woman at work who's giving you weird signals. I don't know what that is. But that is my advice. I have to hang up now because you're not even supposed to be calling, and I could get fired from my job for giving you advice.
Thank you for at least taking the call. I guess.
No. Yeah, it's okay.
I'm not going to listen to anything that you just said, though. But
no,
thank you.
I know. And I just want to let you know that I know it's hard.
And I have friends, dude. I have roommates, and they're cool. And
they don't really like you, though. They don't really like you. And I just want to let you know that it does get better in a way. And I hope the best for you. And I want to let you know that you are loved in a certain way, Shinji Ikari. What?
Yeah, you got it wrong. I was trying to be so vague about it. I was so vague about it.
No.
Yeah.
No, what the freak?
Do you have any other guesses?
No.
It is like a time capsule of a character, right? Like, because we are caught up on this story and the events, and this character situation has changed. But I am Denji, calling about Makima, my boss. and my roommates Aki and Power. Which I could totally see how you got Shinji from that, though.
I was wondering if you were throwing me off the scent by acting that way.
Right.
I was like, maybe he's trying to throw me off, but that should have been a red flag in the beginning of like, okay, this is not how Shinji sounds. And I was kind of like being regular with Mikasa when I was doing Mikasa, but I am such an idiot. If you gave me like one more clue, if you weren't as vague, like you gave me something specific, like, I don't know. So I don't know. But
yeah,
I thought that I don't know. I think that you thought I knew at a certain point.
I did think you knew.
But yeah, I mean, it matches up with like the roommates and this older lady, and she gives me like vibes and like promise, like because she does that too,
and sending me on like missions to do things and like alluding to there being some sort of like connection or reward and. Yeah. I could totally see how you got that. And I'm going to be honest, I wasn't trying to do that. I wasn't trying to make you think it was somebody else. I was just trying.
You were acting like Denji.
I was trying to act like Denji, and I was trying to be like not super obvious about it.
Dang it.
Because I thought mine was going to be easy. But I'm so excited.
Wow, you won.
I finally get a W. It might be the first W in Volume 1 history.
I'm shocked. I'm genuinely shocked that I got that wrong. And I'm so...
So, to close out this episode, Mehgan, and it's been a fun episode.
It really has. It's been a good conversation, good game.
Yeah, good game. GG. My hands are sweaty.
Mine too.
But fun episode, something a little different. Please, now more than ever, let us know in the comments down below your thoughts on any of the talking points, the questions that we asked throughout this episode, but also how you enjoyed this type of video. It's a more podcast segmented type of variety-ish show. But we just wanted to try something fresh, try something new. So let us know if you enjoyed this, if you would like to see more, because I have ideas, okay?
I got ideas.
I stayed up late one night and wrote out a bunch of ideas that I would love to do. So if you'd like to see more of this kind of show, let us know in the comments below. But today, the only thing left to do now, before we get out of here on our outro that is always the same and never changes, is for Mehgan to fulfill the consequence, which is confessing her love to a character that she's in the past not been too fond of. I'm thinking two come to mind. I'll let you choose. Would you rather confess your love on camera to Poochie, or would you rather confess your love on camera to Aizen?
Ooh, okay. I'll go with Aizen.
So take it away whenever you're ready.
Okay. Oh, hi Aizen. I didn't see there. I didn't see your beautiful eyes, Den. But I just wanted to let you know that I am completely and utterly, madly in love with you.
Mehgan Perrine.
You know my name, but if you don't...
He doesn't know my
name. I just want to let you know that I really do genuinely love how smart and intelligent you are. You are amazing. You are so powerful and incredible and just so hot. And I do genuinely believe that. Not that I don't believe anything else I just said.
What about
who are you?
Oh, sorry, I'm Josh. I'm also here.
We're having a conversation right now.
Yeah. What do you have to say though about all the stuff that you've said about him in the past? What about that stuff?
What are you talking about?
Oh, I have videos. I have video.
You have videos of me? Who are you?
I'm Josh. I'm also here.
You keep saying that, but I don't.
You do. We do a show together. It's called Volume 1. You
just interrupted my conversation with
You're right.
Aizen, and you show up and you say I have videos of you.
No.
Are you trying to blackmail me right now?
No. I'm just saying I have videos.
I'm sorry.
I'm
Aizen. I'm sorry. I don't know who this is.
and recording.
Don't get the wrong idea. I don't know who this is.
Okay. I will just.
Can you like? Oh,
Yeah, I'll leave.
Jesus
Sorry, I didn't.
Christ, dude.
Okay.
You're like ruining my fucking game right now.
I'm sorry. I mean, you're a really good actor, and I thought you really didn't know who I was for a second. But you were just saying
Get
that in
the
front of me.
fuck
Okay,
out
yeah,
of
sorry.
here.
Okay, bye. Bye.
Anyways, now that we're alone, I just want to say that yes, I love you, and I love everything about you, and I love how well written of a character that you are.
That was hard. That was hard for you to do, I know.
I was trying to think of good things to say.
Yeah, you were digging deep. You were digging real deep.
I couldn't really.
But now that lives on the internet forever, Mehgan Perrine confessing her love to Aizen. That's going to do it for this episode. The only thing left to do now is to get out of here on our outro that is always the same and never changes, which today, Mehgan, is...
I love when that love line ring.
Sometimes you just get it. Thank you so much for watching. Thank you so much for listening. Thank you for any and all ways that you show your support. Consider not just subscribing if you're not subscribed, liking the video, but also checking out our Patreon, becoming a Patreon or YouTube member.
Yeah.
That also helps us out and means the world to us. But until next time, I love when that hotline. Oh,
love line.
I was thinking the actual song.
I know you can't.
All right. Until next time,
I love when that love line rings.